Welcome to a true spiritual adventure story like the world has never known. Volume 1, Living the Enlightened Life, with your host, Dr. James Yogadhi Weldon. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Good day, my name is James Weldon Yogadhi, and I'm here to invite you into my life to perhaps share with me what I've passed through in this amazing 68 years at this point that I've lived. I've lived a secret journey, an amazing, wonderful, unbelievable journey through the potentiality of human consciousness. And I've been blessed to be guided by the world's greatest spiritual teachers, humanitarians that have done huge good in this world. Today, I'm going to be introducing my first adventure novel, which is dedicated to providing support for all of those many, many thousands, perhaps millions of individuals that are seeking higher consciousness at this time in the world. The story is amazing. It's going to be surprising. So many things happened which totally flabbergasted me over the years. And these works are completed in really 3 volumes. And I originally wrote it just to give an expression to what I passed through, because I really didn't have anybody to talk to about this. And I couldn't explain the changes that I was going through all these years. This adventure novel, true adventure novel, is entitled Living the Enlightened Life. It's volume 1 of my autobiography. And much of this was completed a number of years ago, but I didn't know exactly what to do with it. A few friends read it. They said it was wonderful. I got a few reviews, but it's now coming out in its full glory. So let's begin the story of living the enlightened life with a prayer and a wish. Om Sato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Joytir Gamaya Mrityur Ma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And this is a wish and a prayer for the world. Lead us from untruth to truth, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. And let there be peace throughout the world. Peace within, peace without, in this entire wonderful life that we've been given. And we're speaking to you from Heavenly Mountain, a wonderful, beautiful community in the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina. A dream that I had for so many years. We're on 1,000 acres. The facilities here dedicated to higher consciousness, intercultural understanding, cooperation between the faiths and communities of the world. To my knowledge, it's the largest such facility, certainly in the Western Hemisphere. If you ever had a chance to visit these beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains, please come. My home is on an area called Heavenly Mountain. This place is wonderful. So many of my friends have visited me over the years. Often we have different groups come to the Art of Living Retreat Center. It's a huge retreat center, a spa, healthy restaurant, clinic. So much is here, a whole community of people want to come and live. And I live beside the front door of this community. So let me share with you the beginning of this first book, my personal autobiography, a novel on discovering some of the deepest mysteries of life and the highest potentials attainable by mankind. So life is a mystery. Where we come from and where we're going. Isn't it amazing that we arrive in this world one day And in a moment, we forget that this universe is ageless, and so are we. Like huge icebergs, we drift through time as our rough-hewn edges slowly melt away until we finally disappear into the ocean of life all about us. Just like icebergs, 99, maybe 0.9% of who we are is hidden and forgotten. We're like amnesiacs. All of that has been erased from our deep minds. Where do we come from in the distant past? What is the cosmic plan for our future? All of this for most of us is completely unknown. Even more amazing is that most of the people in this world do not even suspect that they do not know. This book is dedicated to revealing that mystery and answering those deep questions, the journey to enlightenment that we are all on, and to those great beings that have lit the way for millennia. Yet in all of those ages, and I've looked, as far as I know, no one to my knowledge has ever told really the interpersonal details of that journey without holding anything back. No one spiritual teacher has ever shared all the experiences that came along the way. There must have been many, many wonderful and terrible times in all those lives. Longing, real pitfalls, and challenges along the path. In the West, at least, we're a very young culture. In the West, we don't know what we don't know. What do we know about really what is enlightenment? What do we know about how it's attained? How do we know what experiences might come along the way? How do we tell between what is real and what is confusion, delusion, even hallucination? We come into this world crying, gripping something desperately with our tiny clenched fists, but we do not know what it is. We open our eyes, breathe in, and look out into this world with amazement. After a little while, a very short time, really, given the age of the universe, our final exhalation comes. We feel at that moment the end of life, that our whole life was just an instant in time. We breathe out this time with open palms, leaving everything behind. Our wealth, our family, our body, and we are gone. At that moment when we pass, if we have lived well, about us, many cry like the baby we once were. If we have lived the enlightened mind in this life, fathomed the wisdom that's within us, and brought into this world some of the love that we are made of, then we have accomplished something. Then we carry that attainment and that love we have been given away with us. Nothing really else matters. Whether we know it or not, this hidden journey to enlightenment is the most important and ultimately the only thing that's happening in life. I waited many, many years to tell this story of my journey to the enlightened life. I waited because I wanted to speak the entire truth, sharing the wonderful as well as the many obstacles along the way. I waited so those who could read these words would feel the truth of direct experience and know that there really are answers to life's deepest questions. I found that there is a way, definitely, to find and live always in the heart of love. My wish is that only the truth be spoken here, that you may see through these words and find the light of your destination soon, and take that journey from untruth to truth, from darkness to light, from death to the shores of immortality, and always live in peace and fulfillment. Introduction. The purpose of this book series and the online supporting videos, podcast, is to demonstrate and chronicle that there really are higher states of consciousness. I felt that in the West, especially, a personal roadmap to the potential stages of spiritual development was desperately needed. As these works evolved over many years, I was surprised to find few complete stories that shared such a passage, revealing everything, the triumphs, the tragedies of a lifetime of seeking deeper truths. I also was in need of an outlet for the many experiences, wonderful and really the terrible, that I experienced from childhood onward, that came as I struggled to understand and live deeper answers to life's mysteries. The gradual discovery is that our life, all of our lives, is really an adventure, a journey, and the most wondrous play imaginable held in the limitless hall of the universe. The cast of this life's adventures includes everyone and everything in the world. The backdrop of our play is really the stars and the heavens above. The sun and the moon is our lighting. The stage of our play, our common play, is the soul, upon which the adventure continues year after year. And in my case, now that I've remembered so much, life after life, possibly age after age, until the stupendous conclusion is lived. That realization is the divine discovery of who and what we really are. The story explores the spiritual milestones of discovery I've passed through. And so many events, they're all passing. We're insignificant in this universe. And in time, all of these events will be forgotten, just as we lose one day in the next, or just as we forget one life, perhaps, in the next. I know now that we have all come into this world to contribute something and to ease our common journey along the way. I pray that this work inspires your life in this way. From childhood, without realizing it, I searched for a love and a life that was forever. I cried my first breath out for that love. Soon, like all of us, I found myself lost in this world. But somehow something in me remembered some of my journey that I had lived before. In childhood, I was tormented as I wondered about my experiences. And in my 20s, I was fortunate enough to find some knowledge and guidance. There I touched the traditions of wisdom of the world and benefited from the thousands of years of those seeking a deeper truth in those cultures. Once I knew that such a consciousness exists, I met 3 enlightened teachers and began the second step into that journey. Then came rapid progress, but also decades of doubt and many challenges along the way. What sustained me all those years was a mysterious spiritual gift and a vision of that higher awareness. There I touched a wisdom experienced in ecstasy, saw an eternity briefly, and the revelation of oneness and a love that could not be denied. Even after those insights, for years I continued patiently, sometimes desperately, until I finally came to that place again. And I found shining with immeasurable light, love, and glory. I found a place and a life where the questions that really can't be answered of who we are, what we are, and the living reality of true eternity could be lived in wonder. So let's begin the story of living the enlightened life.